All right, the Lions win, and we're just over the moon. Over the moon.
Cloud
Can't
nine.
believe it. So many things, so many positives, and we knew this going into this game. Obviously, it's been really talked about ad nauseum, but we just knew if you win, so many good things. If you lose, it's just it's tough. But not only did we win and go get the good news, the win, the way we did it, everything just really looked good. So Craig, when you looked at this game or watched this game, first half was just a little like, I don't know, I'm not sure what we're thinking. Then we just explode in the second half. Just from the game itself, what did you take away big picture? Of course, the defense, but I'll let you talk. What did you take away big picture from this game?
I love being a Lions fan. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just need to have a second for excitement, right? And yeah, I mean, I have a lot of takeaways on this game, but right now it's just feels good. 15 wins, right? Best in franchise history. Already was with 14. First time we've ever been the number 1 seed. This is last year and this year the best time ever in the history of the franchise to be a Lions fan. My takeaway from this game is a realization that we are 100% not the same old Lions. I remember being afraid of the Vikings when they kept getting the ball. I'm like, this doesn't look good. It's 6-7, right? In the first half, they haven't made it. But here's the thing, Vikings fans, we're thinking we can't beat the Lions if we keep getting field goals, or if we keep coming away with no points in the red zone. And it's truth. We are the giant.
That's
We're
right.
the giant.
That's right.
Like, it's a fun time to be a Lions fan, man.
Dude, you're so right, because we are. And there were so many moments in this game where it was like, oh, geez. And it's like, we just got to get over that as Lions fans. It's just, we're 35-6 in the last 40 games, whatever. It's something like that. We should probably find that out, but it is ridiculous. And in the big games, and we'll pull that up here in just a second, but it's just going through a checklist, and I'm going to forget them all. But like you said, 15 wins, win the division back-to-back years, number 1 seed, first round bye, 8-0 on the road. The list goes on and on. We're injured like you can't even imagine on the defensive side of the ball, yet we continue. We play this type of defense that's like, nope, that's not going to work. That doesn't make any sense at all. Don't do that. And we say, this is how we came in here. This is that Dan Campbell mentality from the beginning on all of this. By the way, we'll get to him in a second too, but nothing. It just, we just are Lions fans now that we are the top dog. I mean, just because we knew it, but now we can officially say it. We won the North with 15 wins, 4 more wins better than the Packers even. I mean, it's just, the whole thing is just awesome. I love it.
Well, and it is awesome. And that's the thing. I mean, we won the division that was undoubtedly the best division we may have ever seen in the NFL. Like, it's not like we won the NFC North and the NFC North was just, a normal division back-to-back years. It's not like when the Patriots were winning the NFC East year after year because all the other teams were terrible. The Dolphins, the Patriots, the Bills, right? Like, they couldn't even, none of the other teams had a quarterback. Like, this is a good division that we just won. And we did it while being very injured for the better half of the year. Like, that's the thing that is just mind-boggling to me. Like, mind-boggling. But anyways, it is really fun to watch. It's fun to watch. Even Craig Reynolds, like, Jahmyr Gibbs was an absolute beast. He went beast mode. Amik Robertson, I've never seen anyone guard Jefferson like that. Me and you were proved to be the smartest guys on earth, right, Chris? Because we went and we talked about how the Vikings were going to have trouble stopping them because, hey, the Bills gave the blueprint. The 49ers followed the blueprint. The Vikings will do the same. And Aaron Glenn's just like, nah. Best shot of the day. He's sitting there. He's got his pen. He's just.
Yep. He's just thinking, hey, guys, we did it. We did it. And let's talk about the secondary for a second. You've got Robertson. Terrion Arnold looks to be out. I mean, how many Achilles can we just go through in a season, and Achilles and ankles and legs? But what's happened now, and this has happened with our fourth down, when we go for it on fourth down, we are desensitized to injuries and going forward on fourth down. It's just, we have got this low heart rate thing going on right now that all comes from Dan Campbell. And so it's like, I don't know, Terry Arnold, it was just like, I wasn't surprised. Number one, that a guy went out for the season, another one. And number two, I was like, all right, well, let's get Vildor out there and let's do this. I don't know. Is that crazy? Because the secondary played so well. I just was so confident.
Yeah. It is unbelievable. And I'm looking up all the stuff on him as well. But and we'll talk about Terry and Arnold. I really don't understand how this defense did what they did today. Can I just throw some numbers at you for a second? Sam Darnold, who has been a phenomenal quarterback this year, been phenomenal. You can say what you want about Sam Darnold. 18 of 41 for 166 yards.
Unbelievable.
That's the best defense we've played on a quarterback in 6 years.
Yes.
Like, truly.
And here it is right here. He went.
There it is.
I thought it was really interesting, the stretch. If it's me and just conventional wisdom, again, this is what Dan Campbell and this coaching staff is teaching us, but is, all right, don't give up big plays, back off them, tighten up in the red zone. And we tightened up in the red zone. We did do that, but we were just like, we're not going to just let you go down the field even. And I just thought, it's risky. That's risky. And again, the Dan Campbell, he's got everybody with this aggressiveness that everyone wants to be aggressive. Everyone wants to be the tough guy. Everybody wants to be physical. It's football. But when you've actually got this alpha Dan Campbell saying, no, everybody, offense, defense, special teams, fourth down, defense, press man, blitz, we are the aggressive dog. And it's like, dude, we are. It's crazy.
I was listening to the radio today, national broadcast. They were talking about Kevin O'Connell, the coach for the Vikings, how he's a runaway head coach of the year. Runaway. And I have one game for you that I'd like for you to watch. I don't care what our talent was going in. If Dan Campbell's not the coach of the year, what do you do? How do you win this thing? Like, he thoroughly won this battle. He outcoached him entirely. Kevin O'Connell, that was very interesting from this guy who passes, why they couldn't understand that they just needed to throw the ball underneath. I don't know how come and just take what the defense is giving you. It makes no sense, but we just kept putting pressure on. I've never, and that's the thing with all the injuries. I mean, you heard it. Collinsworth wouldn't stop talking about it. He's like, I've never seen Sam Darnold under this much pressure in his entire career. No, I mean, this is a man who played for the Jets. Remember that. All right. So, like, it was unbelievable, the pressure the defense put, just constant in your face. Here we go.
Unbelievable. And you know, switching to the offense now.
Sure.
Offense starts slow.
Very slow, by the way.
Just really, one of the things that I don't like, I'd love to know your thoughts, is when we're in shotgun kind of repeatedly, obviously got to mix it up, but I just feel like our core bread and butter under center. And it felt like we were in shotgun there a little bit. It didn't feel comfortable. We know that the Vikings do what they do. They're going to have a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage, freaks everybody out, myself included. We're just like, I don't know. And then it just felt like, because going into this game, we had put up 30 points in the last 3 games against the Vikings. Jared Goff, you heard in the broadcast how he told those guys, I know what to do. I just know what to do. I'm comfortable. Yes. I know what to do against the Vikings.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking, I'm not seeing that. And then all of a sudden it did just feel like, all right, I got it. I see what they're doing. You know, and I think that first half they were doing things different or whatever, right? It's a division game. You're going to throw in wrinkles, but this, you could just feel it totally when it's like, okay, we got control of this. We'll get to Jahmyr Gibbs in a second, but what were your thoughts as well? You can talk Gibbs, but what'd you think
of the offense in general? Like, when you talk about, let's just talk about the struggles, then overcoming them in the second half. And I see this comment and I agree with you until about halfway through the third quarter, right? I mean, Goff usually, you know, by about the second quarter what kind of game he's going to have, don't you? Either the dude's on fire, he's struggling, or he's mid. But in this game, it was a little bit different. He went from struggling to mid to struggling to great. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he figured it out. He changed things up. And I thought that was absolutely fantastic. It was fantastic. Every receiver did great. Laporta was a big time playmaker in
Oh,
this one.
man.
And do you want me to tee it up for you? Do you want to talk about Gibbs for a second and
Oh,
just what he has meant to this team, not only this week, but the last 3 weeks? I mean, like, just do whatever you want. Like,
what
homeboy has the
I'll
most
start.
touchdowns in the NFL. Let's go.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments on this one. I mean, really just where you're at with Gibbs. What
Pepper the
you,
comments for Gibbs.
you could talk about a lot of different things, but let us know in the comments just what sticks out to you. I think he really sticks out to me in games like this where it is so tight every yard. You're living and dying on every yard, and he makes just a couple big play, just a couple little moves, and it's like, dang, that should have been 1 yard and he got 6. Or man, if you just feel that pressure of especially the Vikings. Like, this game was perfect, high stakes, Vikings are up, we just up in our face, we can't just get something going. And for this dude, I mean, it looks like, cool, this is a nice 10-yard run, and it's like, actually that was a 30-yard touchdown, right? That is, you can't put a price tag on that, because look at the Vikings. They get down to the 5-yard line. Then you're playing this. Do we run? Do we, and you're caught in between. He takes what should be a nice 10-yard gain, a 30-yard touchdown. You cannot put a price tag on that. This dude is unbelievable. He stands out in a group on a field full of fast dudes.
The best athletes in the world.
He is set apart, and I
love that.
Not believe how good he is. He keeps getting better. He can catch the ball. He can block. So many things to say about him. You go ahead. Anything else?
Yeah, no, I can talk about Gibbs forever. The way I started this game, watching it with my wife and Gibbs has his first touchdown, and I say to her, because she loves him, right? She loves him. And what I said was simple. I'm like, I never thought in Detroit there'd be another running back that came close to me having as much fun watching as Barry Sanders.
That's right.
And he's it. Like, he is it. Like, that's the ultimate compliment. Like, I'm not saying he's as good. Don't do that. All right. Don't do that, people. I'm not doing that. But I am saying he has that same electricity of every time he touches the ball, you wonder if he's going to take it to the house. You wonder if it's going to be a touchdown. You wonder, like, you hold your breath every time he touches the ball. And he did that today on 2 of his touchdowns, the 47-yarder to help seal the game even more. Like, the guy is just built different. He's just different, man. And I don't really understand it, because he looks like a guy playing college football. I mean, like, he looks like an NFL player playing college football. He's just faster than everyone else. It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. So
next.
Yeah, love it. Okay, we'll open this up to the comments. Let us know your game balls for this game. We'll start with that. Just kind of fun.
Sure.
I mean, we just kind of talked about it, but offense and defensive game balls, or just guys that's like not getting enough credit either. Throw that in there too, because you look at, we didn't even talk about. I'll start with the defensive side of the ball.
Go for it.
I thought I love Jahmyr Robertson just because I think we've all like him, and just as like the way he plays, he's got that little man attitude, and it's like, yeah, man, get in there. But deep down, we're like, you're not great, but you're right in there, kinda, But this game, it was actually, you're actually a legit dude. So, Jahmyr Robertson and then Anzalone. I mean, he mattered tonight. I mean, Hawkinson, and that felt good too, just to see that guy just get kind of. I was never a big Hawkinson fan, and I don't think he's all that. So to see our tight end play better because Anzalone shut him down, the whole thing went full circle. That's kind of my defensive guys.
Yeah, those are my defensive guys as well. I think you have to give a shout out to like Zadarius Smith. He was kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Consistent pressure on the quarterback. He finally got a sack again, which was really nice to have. Jahmyr Robertson, I don't think you can undersell this or oversell this, I guess is the better way to put this. He just shut down the best wide receiver in the NFL, or one of the 4 best wide receivers in the NFL. I think the 4 best wide receivers in the NFL are Ja'Marr Chase, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and CeeDee Lamb, right? Like those are the big 4 that I think you can put on the top. And he just took one of them and said, "You're not getting it tonight."
And
I've never seen anything like it. He's clearly more comfortable outside. When he came to us, he was more comfortable outside. We moved him inside because what we had on the outside. And now he's like, no. I'm an outside corner and I'm darn good at it. Terry and Arnold, you can play the nickel when you come back. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I mean, like, seriously, it's unbelievable watching him do this. Alex Anzalone, I don't understand how someone does that. I don't understand how you have a plate in your arm and you play football. And not only do you play football, but you play it really well. Like you play it really well. What he does for our pass defense is absolutely remarkable. He had one of the best games I've seen him have as a Lion, and he did it with 1.5 arms.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was so good there. And the other thing too was with Amik Robertson, you needed to play not scared because it's like,
yes,
Jefferson's gonna just blow by me. But my responsibility is to play up here and just and hope and trust that my defensive line will get through, and they did. And he just, man, he just, it was so awesome. So offensively though, we already talked about it. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, but is there anything else on the offensive side that you really a game ball that you'd give on the offensive side?
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm going to give a game ball outside of those guys, it's going to be either Laporta or St. Brown, because outside of Gibbs, and it is Gibbs. It just is. Like he's the only one on the offensive side of the ball. That's why in the post-game interview they had Gibbs, and then they had both Robertson and Anzalone on the with the 3 people that they interviewed. But yeah, I'd say St. Brown, Laporta, 7 targets, 7 catches, 63 yards. And really the first catch that one of the Laporta catch for me when we had 2nd and 20, and it was in the first half. And I believe it was the drive that we ended up scoring on, but like, it was a huge play for us. He catches it, gets hit in midair, holds onto the ball. Like Laporta's been having kind of a welcome back party the last month, and he absolutely shined it today. I just love, by the way, just the game within the game. Can I give you 2 things? I told you Laporta was 7 targets, 7 catches, 63 yards. TJ Hawkinson, the man they traded away, 8 targets, 2 catches, 9 yards. And by the way, got too afraid to catch a ball over the middle. I don't know if you noticed that in like the first quarter. I think it was the second drive, got too afraid. And then Laporta comes right back and just gets destroyed and doesn't even care. Just hops right back up.
Yeah, I would say for me it was Laporta, man. And then Jamo and Craig, I talked about this in a video, but man, let me just say this about Jamo. Does it seem like the good news is he's catching big 3rd downs and he's getting some big plays. That's awesome. But then the second thing is like, man, am I getting old, or does it seem like Jamo does a lot of extra after the catch? It's like big 3rd down, he gets a 1st down and he's spinning the ball. It's just like, can we
relax a little bit?
Again, it's like, man, maybe I'm getting old, but it feels like just don't do that. Or am I getting old? Thoughts?
Both. You're getting old because a lot of people celebrate as long as he's not going out there with the guns, right? Because that'll get you every time. Or the throat slash. Here's the deal. That's right.
Don't do that.
Yeah, he got 1K. He's right. There you go, David. But also, you're not getting old, and it's just not needed because the dude has so many personal foul penalties that or unsportsmanlike conducts and stuff like that. It's okay, whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
In the 4th down, this is why the Lions at the end of the day are just going to be hard to beat now, and is because 2 home games to get to the Super Bowl is just it doesn't seem fair. I don't know what I'm saying, but just like, oh, what? That seems like it's only 2. Like, what's going on here? Because it's you earned this bye, and that's what they did. They earned the bye, home field, And what's so hard about the Lions is you have to stop them on 4 downs. It's very difficult at home. I just love what's going to happen here over these next couple weeks, but and a week off is so huge. So,
well, it seems unfair, but it also seems like it's the equalizer.
yeah.
I mean, because it's like the football gods, right? Don't believe in them, but like it's like they're saying, okay, we get it. Like, this team is so injured, you can have the bye, right? Like, it'll give us a chance. Like, Chris, what does your confidence level go from when I tell you 3 road games to get to the Super Bowl or 2 home games?
Well,
like, it goes from we can't do it to I think we can do it.
well, I think how just nauseating was it once we learned the loser was going to the Rams. It was like, I can't think of a worse thing, just because I can't imagine being knocked out by Matt and annoying Kelly Stafford is really where I was at. And I was just like, I can't do that. I can't do this right now. So the win was awesome. And, by the way, I was saying, Craig, someone put it in the comments. I didn't catch it in time, but I was saying leading up to this game that Sam Darnold was due for a bad game. Like, he's not this good,
right?
Yes. And they had won 9 in a row. And it's just kind of like, and it did feel like when he did have some time, he missed a crucial, like 3 crucial passes. That's like, so anyway, just wanted to toot my own horn there. That's all.
He missed a lot of crucial,
yes,
right?
He did.
Like, he really did.
Oh, and here's what's really cool. Let me share my screen really quick. I'm talking about just positive stuff. This is our record last. This is our last few games against. Yeah, 31-9. That's this week. Or this game. But we have won 5 in a row now against the Vikings. And we've put up 5 straight games with 30 points. So you said this to open up. We, as Lions fans, we're so accustomed to being a little nervous. And it's like, and I am with this defense. I see that defense. I see everybody jumping around, and I'm just like, oh, geez. And it's like, we've scored 30 points now. Jared Goff said it. I know what this defense is going to do. I'll get it. I'll get it. And look at this, 5 in a row, scoring 30 each game. Love it.
5 in a row, scoring 30 each game, and that is a good Vikings defense.
Yes.
A good Vikings defense. And I think that's the thing that most people don't realize. The Vikings offense has been pretty good all year, not immaculate, but pretty good. Like a top 10-ish offense. Their defense has been phenomenal. It truly has. And so that's what I look at. I want to do a little something too. I'm gonna steal the screen here for a second. Are you ready?
Yeah, steal it.
All right, let's talk. Can we talk playoff picture for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So here's what we've got. Obviously, we have the bye. The Eagles are playing the Packers. Hello.
Thank you.
In Philly.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, whoops. Green Bay, you lost 1 too many games. You are now 11-6. You went all the way back to 7. All right, so you got Green Bay playing the Eagles. You got the Bucks playing the Commanders. And you've got the Rams playing the Vikings. We will get the worst seeded team coming out of that. Chris, who do you think it's going to be?
Oh man, Commanders. Or dude, could it be the Vikings again?
It could be.
Which, hey, bring it.
Yeah.
I would say I don't like the Packers. I just don't want to see them in just a division opponent. So I don't want to see them win. So I would say the Commanders.
Yeah. I think it's either, for me, I would say Commanders have the best shot at winning because Tampa Bay has a very poor defense and the Commanders are a better team. It's just they're on the road. After that, I would say Vikings, then Rams are the best chances. Rams,
yeah.
Yeah. So we won't, it's not possible for us to play the Bucks. So not at least in the divisional round. So they'd have to win through. So yeah, it is going to be very likely, unless it's the Commanders, it is very likely going to be a team that we have already played this year.
Which
and there's a 50% shot that it'll be a team that we've already beat twice this year, which I'm not saying that's a good thing.
Oh man. Well, so same thing, right? We talk about the Packers. What if they win, then that's who we're playing. And you look at here's the Packers record against them the last 10 years. Win, win, loss, win, 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 win. So we've won, what is that? 6 out of 7 against them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you said it to open this. We are no longer, I don't know, can we do it? What happens? What happens? Oh, it's a flag. I mean, we have to just be like, we are the team. We're the team that people are trying to get us. We're the top dog. So I love it. It feels good. And because we just knew that, man, our offense is good. Defense, oh boy, injury, and we just keep going. So
I'm going to ask you a serious question. Were you a little ornery heading into this game at all about the fact that it was a 1 or a 5 seed coming out of it?
Yes.
I was too.
I thought, how unfortunate is this? Because I was already like, what if we lose? Are you kidding me? 14 wins and we're not. Yeah. So I was already
14 wins and we're a 5 seed.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
That's a first, and that's the Vikings now, right? But that is a first, and I am telling you, like, that's the kind of crap that would have happened to us in the past. And that's the kind of stuff that Dan Campbell and this team full of grit and just complete lack of care for what's happened in the past, that is what, like, we're absolutely, that's the difference. Like, he just keeps showing the difference between this team and what me and you have watched our whole lives.
That's right.
What most of the people that are commenting right now have watched their whole lives. The difference is we actually win now. The difference is that we have a winning mentality. The difference is we have the expectation of winning.
Well, and anytime there was a penalty or something went negative against us, I mean, it used to be like that was just the backbreaker. And that's what we talked about all week, was that one play and that official. And this is just like, on to the next one. We're fine. Let's go. And we overcome stuff like nothing. It's just amazing how far we've come. These last 2 years is not normal. This is just unreal. I'm loving it.
And not. And I don't know if it'll ever happen again.
I know. It's just like, I'm not sure what to make of it. Enjoying it for sure. Let us know in the comments where you were watching this game. I was asking that, Craig, the other day, is just like, do you like to watch this alone? Were you locked in? Like the big games, right? The big games. Are you locked in at home alone? Are you at a friend's house? Are you at Buffalo Wild Wings? Can't really go wrong, I don't think. But it feels like when it's a big game, you've got your special routine.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys do? I would love to know. For me, alone.
Yeah.
I get locked in. And I love it. Live and die with every play. I don't want to worry about, like, oh, is the other person comfortable? Do they need any food? You need a drink? No, I just want to watch the game. Right. And that's the beauty of primetime. I think that's why people love primetime games. There's no kids running around. There's none of that kind of stuff going on. It's just you in the game.
Yeah. And I think that's just it. If you and I would watch it together 100%, if we just, I think it's tough to just leave your family for 4 hours and just be like, see ya. And we just lock in, both of us. So when you and I watch it together, usually there's kids, and we just kind of know that. And it's like, well, so it's tough for us. But if we had our way, if we just had our straight up way, it'd be like me and you, that's it. No kids, just, you know what I mean? But it is kind of nice. Our wives are starting to get into it and stuff like that. But
absolutely. Yeah. Wives are getting into it. By the way, I love this. Sit in the bathtub, light some incense.
Yes.
Maybe put it on a bath bomb. It is true though. And like for this game, I mean, I watched it with my wife. It was great. And so I really do enjoy that.
Man, this is just unbelievable. How we've come so far. back-to-back NFC. We couldn't win the division. Never won the division till last year. It's like, oh, we'll just win it. And then we won playoff games. Check that off. Then this year, follow it up, right, with another even better year. Oh my gosh.
The next step. And the only way to get better is to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Or win it. But if you're going to make it there, you may as well just win the thing.
Yeah. And what's really cool is the expectations were so high. And then it's like, you can't meet those really. So it felt like anything less than a Super Bowl was going to be disappointing, which is like, that's a lot to ask, but fine.
Yeah.
And then it's just, then the expectations tanked with all the injuries. So now it does feel like, man, we're just playing with house money now, especially with the number 1 seed. A little bit, I wouldn't say fully house money, but it does feel like this is just kind of special. And it's nobody's fault if the defense just doesn't take us where we need to be. That's what's nice. It's not like, oh, it's just like, it's no one's fault. We're down 20 guys. Like
it does. I don't think anybody in that locker room feels that way, but as a fan, you throw it in the comments. Do you feel like we're playing with house money right now? Like, would you be upset if the Rams or the Vikings or somebody came to town, beat us in the divisional round? Like, of course you'd be upset, but I mean, like, would you be as upset as you would be if we had a full complement of players?
That's right.
I mean, like, our starting corners are going to be Amik Robertson and Kendall Vildor for the rest of the playoffs. The whole thing that we talked about with all the depth. And by the way, Rakestraw might come back. Like, I don't know if he's ready. I don't know what that looks like. It's playoff football. It's a totally different ball game, but like, our whole thing was, how many times have we said it here, Chris? Hey, at least this year, when we get back to the NFC Championship, Kendall Vildor won't be our starting outside corner. Guess what? He's your starting outside corner.
He's back, baby. Yeah.
Because you're down Rakestraw, you're down Dorsey, you're down Terrion Arnold, you're down Carlton Davis, you're down everybody. Emmanuel Mosley's still not back. Like, what are we doing?
Oh yeah, he's right. It's I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. And again, we'll see what there's a counter to the way the Lions are playing, but to this staff's credit, I mean, it just stunned the Vikings. They couldn't, because I kept thinking, like, all right, what are they gonna do? Right? Are they gonna screens, draws, reverse? I mean, I don't know, something. They're not, and they never adjusted, and it was awesome, man. It was so cool. I love it.
It was really cool. It's this is funny. Do you agree with this comment?
Oh boy, if we're healthy, doesn't it seem like Hutchinson? I mean, doesn't it seem like
complement of corners, defensive linemen? Doesn't it just feel like we run through the playoffs like we're one of the best teams? We go down as one of the best teams in NFL history.
NFL history. It's seriously, that's what it feels like. Now, I want to go back to this real quick. Gosh, can you scroll down? Because just as a reminder for everybody, we're going to play the worst seed, whoever comes out worst.
So it has to be one of these 4 teams: Rams, Vikings, Commanders.
Yep. Dang.
And none of them suck, by the way.
No, I don't want to see the Rams.
I know it's the playoffs, but like,
I don't want to see. I want to see the Commanders just because of they're new, and that's all.
The inexperience.
Yeah, that's the only reason. I'd love to see them and get a rookie QB in here, and let's do some stuff. And
I'd like to see the Commanders. And if I had to pick a second team, I think it's, as much as I'd hate to hear from the fans, I think this next team I'd pick would be the Packers.
I know. Absolutely. It's so weird. I hate the thought of that, but
but it's not going to be the Packers because Jalen Hurts is going to be back, and the Eagles are going to beat the Packers in Philly.
Yeah. The Eagles feel really good. I feel like no one's talking about them as much just because we did have this big game coming up. Vikings, who's number 1, but it's like they just
they've been locked in the number 2 seed for like 3 weeks basically.
Yeah. That's love it, man. I don't know. I could talk all day. I don't even know what to say.
I could talk all day, but
talk all day. I can't wait to just look at just watch things, look at things, post game.
Just continue to watch, continue to look, and just enjoy it. Like and here's the thing about this game. I mean, it ended up being a really lopsided victory, right? This is one of those games that you would get so frustrated rewatching it in a year. Like, oh, remember when the Lions just destroyed the Vikings? Like, you're thinking about it 10 years later. It's like, oh yeah, to get into the playoffs. You remember that? And then you watch the first half and you want to die.
Oh,
right? Just, unless you love good defensive football. Hey, Chris, what is the thing you say? There was no pick sixes, but are turnovers important in a football game? We had 2, they had none.
And we still
won.
Never forget that their defensive end bobbled the ball. He was going to take a pick six.
Van Ginkel almost had that. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Zadarius Smith should have had a pick too.
Yes.
For us. Yeah. Defensive linemen cannot be trusted with their hands.
No. And you're right, man. Just enjoy this. Just text your friends. Just text them.
I'm sure you've already been on it.
Oh, I couldn't wait.
I'm not that guy, but watching you do it on the same text threads makes me very happy.
Well, it's so funny because I've never been able to be that guy. So I don't really know what to do. I'm new to it. I'm trying to get spicy, but not get crazy. But it's just like, this is our chance. Like right now feels like the moment, but because think about it, you go back to the summer training camp. Oh man. Oh, this guy's looking good. Oh, I don't know who's going to finish and then you get halfway through the season. It's like, well, I don't know, a lot of games left to play. And it's like, well, a
lot of games. Yeah. You don't know what it's like, right? We've never experienced it. And by the way, because NFL is king, even when the Pistons were phenomenal, when we were in high school and all that kind of stuff, like, you're not talking crap because you don't have kids running around your school that are obsessed with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Right.
Like, you're just like, all right, whatever.
Everyone likes them. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I've never in my life, I don't think, met a diehard Indiana Pacers fan.
No.
In West Michigan, they don't exist. You got your buddy. But anyways, like, I don't think I've ever met a diehard Pacers fan. So no, but I know a lot of diehard Bears and Packers fans. And it's just like, what's up?
Yep. Oh, love it.
Don't even say anything. Just look at him and kind of smile. Be like, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. It gives us.
And then I show them the thumb to this video. We run the North.
We run the North. It's unbelievable, man. Well, let's get out of here. We have now entered into Monday, January 6th.
Yes, we have. And it's the best Monday I've experienced.
Yeah. And which should be a tough Monday. Everyone's kind of had some time off and it just feels like the real kind of back to work Monday, but just enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Hey, kids go back to school. Enjoy that too.
Kids go back to school. Let's just enjoy. All right, man. I'll
Coach
catch
of the
you
year,
guys.
GM of the year.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Anzalone. Jared Goff played good too. I mean, seriously, we could talk about that. Whatever. Let's go.
All right, whatever. Sounds good, man. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Hey, we run the North. Lions are champs of the NFC North back to back.
Vaki. Let's talk Vaki. I'm just kidding. Let's get out of here.
Vaki? Nice.